Hi friends, welcome to the Inspired Knitting Podcast. I'm your host Bobby, and this is not an episode. This is Frog or Finish. Yes, I think this is the first video I've ever done on Frog or Finish, and it is going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be in two parts, not one part, but two. I started to pull down all my works in progress, and I realized that there was quite a few. And then I came to realize that there is a whole Rubbermaid that is full of project bags. So this video is going to be in two parts. So today I have all my loose project bags with me that are works in progress. Some are more recent, which I will share with you. Some have been lingering for a while. And then, as I said, part two will just be a Rubbermaid, and I'm pretty sure the Rubbermaid has like a lot of projects that have been going for a long while and that I haven't touched. So this is going to be a Frog or Finish. Within the last couple weeks, I have frogged a few things, yeah, it's quite embarrassing. But my inspiration came from the Crazy Sock Lady, Kayla Litton. She recently did a video, and I got inspired by that. I thought that it would be nice to share with you guys some things that I've been working on. I know that there are all of these projects I want to finish, but there are some that I have definitely lost steam on, and as I'm sure as I go through them that I will further lose steam on. I don't know. We shall see. But I will share with you definitely the pattern makers that they are made from, and that will probably be all linked down below. I don't see why not. So yeah, just like a typical episode, I should have it all linked down below. Okay. Let's get started, guys. This has no rhyme or reason, and it is way too embarrassing to show you what is currently on my bed right now because it is embarrassing, and this is just part of it. So I am just going to randomly start picking from the pile, I guess. So the first thing that I'm going to share with you is actually something new. So I'm not going to record an episode tomorrow. Friday is usually when I would record a new episode. I'm not going to do that. This is going to replace that. Tomorrow I will probably record part two of this video. So you guys have never seen this before, but this is a new DK weight sock that I casted on. This is Rose Hill Yarns. In her December's Club Colorway Candy Shop. And it came with the 100-gram skein of DK weight. And it came with two contrasting 20-gram minis. So I just alternated. I did the cuff in pink and the heel in green. And then on the next sock, the cuff will be in green and the heel will be in pink. So this is a works in progress. I got one sock done today. I literally just finished it while watching Kay's video. So I have the second one to finish. So I thought I would share this with you guys just because it is a works in progress. That's number one. That is most recent. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to share with you is my Soot Sprite scarf, which is housed in this beautiful dragon bag. Absolutely love this bag. This is by Wonder Twin Fiber Arts. They are a Canadian company. And the last time I shared this on the episode, we were down here and I had put that much progress on it, which honestly, guys, is not a lot at all. I have not touched this, but this is what I have so far. This I do have to put progress on because this is a commission for the market. So this is definitely not getting frogged. This has to be finished. So, yeah. there is that. So I have put progress on it, just as not as much as I should be. Problem with it, it's black yarn and it's kind of boring, but it needs to get finished. So I need to get a work on that. So if you're not just curious what a soot sprite is, it's just like this little round guy that has these big eyes, and he's got little legs and little arms on him. He's really, really cute. Look it up. Seriously adorable. So there's going to be one of those on each end of the scarf. So yeah, it's going to be totally cute when it's done. It's just getting through it is the problem right now, I suppose. All right, the next thing, and I'm going to share this. This one's going to kind of be hard to show, so I'm going to edge my camera back a bit. Okay, there we go. So the next one I have to share with you is my Jelly Roll blanket by KF Jones. And this is what I have so far. I have 5 columns across. Now you guys have seen this in the past, but this is still a work in progress. Sorry, I'm trying to find the best way to share this with you guys. So a lot of these yarns are lichen and lace. This was from her 2024, I believe, advent calendar. A lot of them are. Not every single one is, but a lot of them are. So this one is definitely not getting frogged. This one is a finish. I have another column in the works right now. I am just holding fingering weight double. I believe the pattern calls for fingering weight held single. However, Crazy Sock Lady, she has a project page. She held fingering weight double as well to get a DK weight. And I just followed her numbers of cast on. And that is what I'm doing for this blanket. An altercation that I'm making is that I am not joining as you go. So if you do one garter stitch panel or one jelly roll panel, you would join the next one as you go. I am not doing that. I'm doing a single crochet. So I do 2 strips. I do the strip singly, and then I'm joining them with a single crochet, which creates this pretty ridge. So I don't mind that. I like it. If I was to join as I go, I probably wouldn't work on this blanket because it would be too hefty for me. I wouldn't like that progress, therefore I wouldn't finish the blanket. So that is how I am doing it. That's a modification that I am doing. But it is definitely a beautiful blanket. As I said, I have another strip on the go right now. This is a work in progress that I am not frogging. So there's 3 right now. Hopefully I can remember the number because there's a lot, guys. There is a lot. All right, let's see what's in this bag. This is a bag that I made. Don't mind the cat hair. Oh boy. Okay, let's see what's in here. This is like a mystery to me, guys, sometimes. All right, so in here we have a pair of socks, and I do remember these socks. This is a yarnable colorway. The contrast, I don't know. I've already dropped a stitch. The contrast, like I said, I'm not quite sure. It could be Heritage, Cascade Heritage. Can't quite remember. But it's in a neon green. I think I was just doing the contrast for the heel. This is definitely a finish. And as I said, it is a yarnable colorway, and it is August 2021 Neon Graffiti. So that is definitely a finish. Definitely. I love my socks. Why it hasn't been finished, Lord only knows. Okay, so the next one that I have to share with you is in another bag that I made, my kitty cat bag. Let's see what this one is. Ah, yes. My Choreograph hat by Tin Can Knits. It is a full-on colorwork hat. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm halfway through it by now. It is definitely not hard. If you've been following me for a while, you know I'm not really good at color work. I don't enjoy it that much. I love the look of it. I just don't enjoy it that much. But this one is pretty easy. Like, the charts are pretty easy. You're only ever working with 2 yarns at a time. I rather enjoy this one. And this is definitely a finish. Definitely. I know we're not doing too good with frog or finish right now, but a lot of these projects, I definitely do want to finish. Like, it's not very often I start something that I don't want to finish. It's just I get easily distracted, like really easily distracted. So one thing I can tell you, the white yarn is Sirdar Snuggly, which is double knit. And it is in shade 0303. And as for the green, it is a DK weight yarn, and I have no idea where it came from, like what the maker is. It is indie dyed, but it didn't have a tag. It was in my stash without a tag on it, so I can't tell you who made it, unfortunately, or who dyed the yarn, but definitely a finish. And I will put numbers in the description box underneath on how many projects that I have here. I have my finish pile, which is growing and I can't keep track of, so I will have numbers below for frogged and finished. And in part 2, I will have the tally of how many projects I actually have, which I'm embarrassed to say. Okay, the next one that I'm going to share with you guys is another sock project, I'm guessing. It is in another little bag that I made. Yes, I remember this quite recently, and it doesn't even have needles in it because I stole the needles from it. Surprise, surprise. So this is Full Moon Fibers fingering weight in the Fancy Balls colorway. Love this colorway so much. I was into the heel flap, as you can tell, and apparently I ripped it out. Well, I didn't rip it out, but I took the needles from it, which I can easily pick those stitches back up as long as I'm gentle with it, which will happen because I definitely want this in a pair of socks. And I think I would rather enjoy hand knitting them than cranking them. I'm pretty sure. Cranking them would be faster, of course, but then I wouldn't have the joy of hand knitting them, so I don't know. This, I think, is going to be a finish, whether I hand knit them or crank them, because I definitely want those as a pair of socks. Okay, we're not doing too good with frogging, are we? No. Okay, next one. Next one I do believe is a frog. If this is the correct project in this bag, I believe, yes it is, this will be a frog. And it's kind of sad. I don't know what I was thinking. I wanted the finished object. That's what I was thinking. I had to have started this about 3 years ago. Can you guess what it is? Are you an Andrea Mowry fan like I am? Because if you are, then you know exactly what this is. This is the Spark cardigan. by Andrew Mowry. It's using Cascade 220. And then I'm using the, you know, the gradient of the Cascade 220. It does the, it gradients from one color to another, or one shade to another. Yeah, I got a whole sleeve done. Yay me. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I don't know. I had so much steam when I casted this on. I blew through this arm within no time. With no time at all. And I casted the second one on. And I got that far. Whoop. I got that far. I don't think this is a finish. This is going to be a frog. Just because if I'm having trouble getting through the sleeves of it, being full-on color work, and it is full-on color work, not hard, but this patterning here goes through the whole body of the sweater, and then this is like on the bottom of the sweater, which this isn't too bad. It keeps your interest, but to do this throughout the whole sweater, I don't know. And it's steeked as well, and I've never steeked anything before. So there's a couple things about this sweater, maybe why I haven't touched it. I really want the finished product, but I'm not liking the process of it. So I'm pretty certain that I'm going to rip this project and it will just become something new. Oh, right. It is Cascade Wave. That is what it is called. And I was using, as you can see, there's a number 2 on here. I think I was using 3 of the Cascade Waves, one in the darkest, medium, and light. So there's 3 different ones. That was the darkest. So you can see how it kind of goes from this very dark to that green. And then let me see if I can find, I think this was my medium green. And then there is like the even lighter green in here. Oh, it's right here. I think it would have been beautiful. I think it really would have been, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I think this is definitely, I should just be done with it. It's been sitting in here 4 years now, and I think I should just frog it. And I'm thinking of another, I know it's funny, I'm thinking of another colorwork sweater, another yoked colorwork sweater. So the sweater would be white, because I have a lot of the white. That's the problem. I have a full sweater's quantity. But it would be white with the color, one of the colors or 2 of the colors for the yoke. Something, a yoked sweater, colorwork sweater of some sort maybe. Will that happen in the near future? Nope. But I think this project, this is a bag by me as well. I think this one is going to be frogged. So we have our first frogged project, guys. Isn't that awesome? One of them. Okay, next one. Another bag by me. This one, and I have to look it up because I'm going to say it wrong. I wish you guys could see my bed right now because I have 2 sweet kitty cats that are just sitting here amongst the pile of stuff. They're not judging me. They're just chilling out. I wish you guys could see it because it's like really cute. Okay. I will just be a moment here. I know who the pattern is by, but I can't remember the name of the blanket. And I have gone too far, I think. There it is. Okay, this is my... The cats are offended. I am disturbing them. This is my Stitch in Time blanket by KF Jones. And I have gotten at least half of this blanket already finished. And I want to finish it. This is definitely a finish. So for this blanket, I have my, I know, fancy project bag. It's even ripped. But I am housing all my little blanket squares in here. And this is what it looks like. I know they're wrinkled. They've been in here. Again, this project, I don't even know if I put in here. I started this project September 4th, 2021. Yeah, 2021, guys. That's how old this is. And it is made up of a 9-patch, what I would call a 9-patch. So you do like these little mitered squares and you join them as you go. And for this, I'm just using up any scrap yarns that I have. This is fingering weight. And then the border is done in Barocco ultra fine wool, I believe is what it is called. So yeah, I have quite a few of these little squares already made up here. And some I have like done like greens. That one I had done in pinks. Some are just more random. I think that one's, I like that one. I love them all, but yeah, and I think it's going to be really beautiful when it's done. I'm really loving the squares. They're fun to do. They don't take much at all. I've never weighed my yarn to see how much yarn they take, but I think each little mitered square takes roughly 2 grams of yarn, I believe. So it's perfect for stash busting, and it makes a sweet blanket. Mine's going to be, I think, a throw size. I think I'm going to follow the pattern. The pattern is for a throw sized blanket. So I already have, oh, I already have one finished in my bag. Look at that. There's another one. That one's more greens. And then I just reached into my little bucket of scraps, fingering weight scraps, and I already put a bunch in here for the next go around. So I'm just going to put that back in here for now so I don't lose it. But that is my Stitch in Time by K Jones. Definitely a finish. All right. So I guess we can continue on. I don't even know if no, I did not. Just give me 1 minute. The next project I'm about to grab at is another scrappy blanket, and this one I don't have a project page for. So I can't tell you when I started it, but I can tell you that I haven't worked on it, and I don't even That's really odd. I cannot even find it in my project page, like my projects that I've purchased. Maybe I'm getting it, the name mixed up. I'm gonna share it with you guys though, because I thought it was called the Northeasterly blanket. I can't remember who it's by, but maybe if you guys see it, you will recognize it, and if you do, just leave a comment in the section below, because now I don't even know what this pattern is called. This is a scrappy blanket. It starts off, it's kind of like what I would call a chevron, and I'm just using whatever scraps I have, as little as they are. And it's pretty much like the jelly roll blanket. You're doing strips. So there's a longer strip there. I'm gonna have to investigate this a little bit further, because now I don't even know what blanket pattern this is. Yeah. How fun is that? But I know it's old. I started this a while ago just to use up scraps. Yeah, I thought it was called the Northeasterly, but I'm searching for that and I'm not finding anything, so I'm not 100% sure. Is this a Frogger finish? It's in the I don't know yet pile. It's not hard to do. It was fun to do. I do remember that. It's a great way to use up scraps, but if I can't find the pattern, then I guess I can't finish it, can I? So I don't know. This is in the I don't know pile, because I don't know. I don't know, guys. All right. So what is next? This is in another Wonder Twin Fiber Arts bag. This is a beautiful snap bag. And this is a new cast on. So, I recently spoke about the Bakery Bears and how I would like to support Kay right now. And one of the patterns I purchased, and I could not remember the name of it on my last podcast, it is the Bits and Bobs cowl. So you take fingering weight yarn and you hold it with another strand of fingering. So this is what I have so far. So this is a new cast on. And I am holding fingering weight with a Surrey alpaca. That's how far I've gotten. I just went into my mini scraps, or my fingering weight scraps, I should say, and I Magic knotted 100 grams worth of yarn together. Some is self-striping, like this outside one here is self-striping. There are different, they're not all the same. Some might be only 2 grams, some might be a little bit heavier. She recommended, I think, between 4 grams to 15 grams at the most for scraps. So, like I said, mine's pretty random. I wanted to do something bright. I wanted to do something fun. And the whole purpose of this cowl is, while I'm knitting on it, I just want to think of Dan. So that was the whole purpose. And right now, the bright, fun colors, I thought that would be perfect. So that is my reasoning for casting this on. And I am loving it. This is a self-striping here. This pink here is Polka Dot Creek. A lot of these, don't ask me where they come from. It's just random scraps. The Surrey alpaca that I'm using, I believe, is Estelle. I believe. So yeah, this is definitely not a frog. This is a finish. Okay. We're getting through it, guys. We're getting through it. All right, this one here. Again, I have to pause for a moment and look it up because I don't even remember exactly what it is. And as I'm looking through my Ravelry here, I am realizing that there are probably a couple things that were already loose that I have forgotten, but they might be in that bucket. So we shall see. Like I said, it's kind of embarrassing. Kind of embarrassing. Okay. And sometimes I've realized, like one of the sweaters that I'm going to share with you, I didn't even create a project page for, which I don't understand. Usually I'm pretty good at creating project pages for this stuff. And I'm going to say that I did not create a project page for this one. I don't think I did. Yep. And I probably can't even tell you what it is either. I know that the Modern Skein, I got inspiration from them. They had done this garment. It is a garment, it's a sweater. And I got inspiration. I even did the same colors. Let me just look here quickly. I'm just gonna hopefully I can find this for you guys, because I would like to be, yes, I believe this is it. Oh, but it doesn't say what the sweater is, unfortunately. She posted wearing the sweater, but I want to say that the sweater is from Petite Knit, though, if I can recall. This is, again, another cast on that I did a long time ago, at least 3 years ago. And I never finished it. And I don't know why, because it is definitely one that I want to finish. I just want to be able to tell you guys what it is, because it's a really amazing sweater. I love the pattern. I think it's going to fit really great. But I didn't create a project page for it, which is going to be really bad. Hopefully it is in my Knit Companion, so when I do want to work on it, I know what size I did. Okay. It is the Marcel sweater by Petite Knit. I will link it down below. Thank God for the Modern Skein. Again, like I said, I got inspiration from hers, and I did the exact same colors. So this is my version. And it is using the same colors that the Sharon from the Modern Skein used. And I already split for the sleeves, and I got like that much of the body already done. Why I haven't picked it up and worked on it, I have no clue, because I really want this garment. It has like a drop shoulder construction, which is one of my favorites. I think that they fit beautifully. It is a DK weight. And the yarn that I'm using, hopefully there's a tag in here. And there is not. Darn it. I am terrible, guys. I am just terrible. There is a yarn tag. Oh, wait a minute. There's a yarn tag. I am using Juniper Moon Fibers Penguono, which is an organic merino, 100% wool. And the color is Anise, which is color number 125. And the other one is, that's the brown. And then color number 117 is Pearl, which is the white. So that's Juniper Moon Penguono. I've used it before, Penguona, and I absolutely love it. It is a rusticy wool, but it is not scratchy. So this is definitely a finish. I just need to find the time to work on all these projects and actually put like good progress on them. I need to pick one at a time and just even commit 30 minutes of knitting to them to get them done, because so far none of these projects I want to pull. These are all things that I would like to finish. I just almost dumped that project bag on my cat. Okay, speaking of cats, this is Miss Sassy. She's my sassiest girl ever. She hates this, but I had to show you. I love her. She's my girl. And I cannot do that with Midnight, my black cat, because she would hate me forever. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, I know exactly what is in this bag here, but I am tangled right now. And I'm gonna have to look up this project as well, because I know I have a project page for it. I just saw it. I passed it. I know this one is going and I want to finish it. This one is my Pressed Flowers shawl by Amy Christoffers. I started this March the 4th of 2023. I am using Cascade 220 for my main color, which just let me get it out of my bag here and I will. It is currently being housed in a bag I made, my kitty cat bag. And I think I am on the last repeat of the pattern, or pretty close to that. So here it is. So the brown color is my Cascade 220. And then I am holding that with a indie dyed yarn, and it is going to be scrunched up. It is on shorter needles, a shorter cable, I should say. But it is almost finished. So this is one that I could definitely pull out and work on and have it done in no time. So maybe that's what I should be doing. But do I have tags in here to tell you who the indie dyed yarn is? Okay. It's Midnight Cravings. And it was a leftover skein. It is DK weight. So the Cascade 220 is actually a worsted weight. But this is a DK weight, the Midnight Craving. So I'm using the two. I have two different names here, and I want to say that the one that I'm actually using is called Secret Garden. So let me show it to you in the ball. It's this beautiful pink speckle. I don't know if they still have it or not, but I did a hug. The Cozy Up Knit Girls, they did a cardigan version, They did a regular knit version, and then they did a brioche version of it, and I used 3 different colors of Midnight Cravings for my brioche version. And this was an extra skein that I had, and it's one of those. So I don't know if Midnight Cravings still has that colorway in stock, but if they do, highly recommend. Their DK base is amazingly beautiful. It's like knitting with butter. So this is another finish. Absolutely, definitely want that one. I love my shawls. So there is that one. And then the next one is another shawl. And this is the Stansberry shawl by Emily Clausen. It's in another little bag that I made. And this one here, I literally casted it on and then did nothing with it, of course. So that's how far I got. Not sure. This one might be a frog. I don't really like to wear short shawls, and this is kind of a one skein shawl. So I don't know, guys. I think this one might actually become a frog. Let's see if I have a tag in here to tell you what the yarn is. It is Nerds with Needles. Yes, this was a sock set. Nerds with Needles. And it is a Nerdy Sock, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. And it doesn't have a colorway name, unfortunately. But it's just this kind of gray base with some speckles in it. And then it came with this very beautiful mini. Oh, guys, I think it would look really pretty finish. But honestly, I don't think it will be finished. I really don't. So I think that one will be a frog. I think that one's going to be a frog. So we got 2 frogged so far. All right. Let's see what's in this one. It should be a sock. It's a small bag. Yes. And these were definitely casted on like 3 years ago. This is, I'll show you the tag first, Shirley Bryan yarns. And this is one of her deconstructed fade socks. So it's 75 superwash merino, 20%, 25% nylon. And if you're not, there's the colorway name there. I don't know how to pronounce that correctly. If you're not familiar with her deconstructed fades, it just starts from one color and fades down into another. And here is my deconstructed fade. And I had a pair of socks going with it, but it comes in 2 50-gram skeins. And apparently I ripped the sock out, I'm guessing, because I was past the gusset, I believe, and now I have something casted on. A hat? Like, what is that? I don't even know. So this is definitely a frog, because I have no idea what that is. I would like it to be a pair of socks. They would be pretty long socks. I think the reason why I frogged them, though, is because I do cuff down socks. And if you do cuff down, it's kind of hard. You want the whole fade in your sock. So how do you know how to judge how long the leg goes to how long your foot is, and to the toe? You might not get that whole fade in there. So I think the deconstructed fade would work a lot better if you were to start toe up. That way you could start at one color and just keep on going until you only got a few grams left, and then you cast it off. So I think that would be better, because I was getting towards the end of the sock, I was on the foot, and I was nowhere near finished the skein of yarn. And I think that's the reason why I ripped it out, is because of that. And I don't even know what I got going now. So this is definitely a frog. Will it become socks in the future? Yeah, probably. But probably toe up socks, as much as I don't like them. So that is now 3 frogged projects. All right, we're getting down here. We're starting to get down here. Next is another shawl, I believe, if my memory is going to serve me correctly. Yes, it is. This one, this one was a test knit that I never finished because I am horrible. Just terrible. And this is my Dixie Creek shawl by Emily Clausen. And just let me try to stretch it out here without ripping it off the needles. She's pretty crumpled up. She's been in there a while. So it goes between these garter ridges and this beautiful lace. And the lace is definitely intermediate lace for sure. You definitely have to concentrate on it. It is not the easiest, but it is beautiful. And I want to say that this is the last lace section, and I had put it down because I kept messing up on a row. Or maybe the whole section, I can't remember. But I remember I got very frustrated with it, and I had to put it away, and I have not picked it up since. I do have the pattern on my Knit Companion, however, so I know exactly where I am. And this is definitely going to be a finish because the shawl is practically finished. It is practically finished, and I definitely want this shawl. It is just stunning. It is a fingering weight shawl, and I should be able to tell you what it is I'm using. I am using Polka Dot Creek on her classic sock, which is a 75/25 superwash merino nylon. Now it's in the Mountain Berry colorway, and that's all it's saying. I don't have a colorway, or do I? Yes, Mountain Berry. And then for the charcoal gray, I am using Richard DeVries. And this is his Theed colorway, which is an 80/20 superwash merino nylon. And it is in the color charcoal. Charcoal. Not charcoal. So this is definitely a finish. Definitely a finish. I have absolutely wanted this shawl for so long, like so long, and I know that if I pick it back up with a fresh mind, that I will be able to get through that lace and finish it. I don't know, I think I just got very frustrated with it and started to overthink it, and that's why I couldn't finish. But I have a feeling that if I pick it back up, I'll be able to. All right, So the next project that we have is another scrappy blanket. This one has no pattern. I'm just crocheting this one. So you guys have seen this before, just not in a very long time. And I have not worked on it this year. Anyway, did I work on it last year? Can't remember. But here is my crochet granny straight blanket. And I have a lot done on this blanket, but I would like to make it long enough that it will go on a single bed. So right now, sitting in my wheelchair, it is actually covering my feet and it is coming up to here. So that's pretty long, but I think it could be longer. I would like for it to fit on a bed. So I cast it on roughly 320 stitches, something like that. It is fingering weight held single, and I think I am using a 3.75 millimeter crochet hook. And all I have done is magic knotted again. So when I started this blanket, I was not magic knotting, and then I think I got to roughly about here. And then I realized that a magic knot ball is amazing. It's a miracle. And you don't have to tie in ends. So I just started magic knotting. So I put together like this massive cake of yarn, and there ain't much of it left. And I just started putting it into this blanket. So I think maybe another 100 grams worth of fingering weight yarn might be good to finish this blanket off. It could be finished now. That's a pretty good length, but I'd like to go a little bit further, and I have a lot of scraps, so there's no sense. It's been on the go this long. Might as well put more length on it. So this is definitely a finish. Okay, so what do we have left here? We have a few things. All right. This is another blanket. We're going to have enough blankets here to last us a lifetime, but scrappy blankets are awesome. This one isn't really a scrappy blanket, though. I had picked up these balls of Lion Brand Mandala, or Mandala. And it does like a gradient effect. It is a single ply. And I had picked these up from my local Dollarama. If you're here in Canada, we have Dollaramas. I picked them up from my local Dollarama. I think I got 3 balls in total. So this is a full ball. I already got 1 ball according to the wrapper in my bag. I already got 1 ball in the blanket. Here's the second. And I am just doing a garter stitch blanket. Again, just cast it on a random amount of stitches. She is pretty wide, and if I'm not careful, I'm gonna drop all my stitches. But you can kind of see how it stripes. And you can tell that it's wrinkled. It's been in there a while. But she is pretty wide. What was I thinking? But it will be an amazing blanket when it's done. But it is just simple garter stitch. And it is so squishy. And because it's single ply, it is pretty soft. Now I have a stitch marker on here. So maybe when I podcasted the last time I shared, maybe that's where it was, and I had done another 3 stripes. I'm not sure. But it has been a long time since you guys saw this. But it's really nice. It's just garter stitch, and it is knit on US 10s, which is a 6mm needle, so it does knit up fairly fast. if you actually work on it, which seems to be a theme. I start things that I don't finish. But will this be ripped out? No. It will not be ripped out, because I think that it would be an amazing blanket to cuddle up in. And I definitely want it. The bag is just a bag that I picked up from Wine Expert in Moncton, which is Nancy Wheeler. Hi Nancy, if you're watching. This is just one of the bags that she had in her storefront, so I picked one up because I love my wine and I just had to have that bag. So it's the perfect size for a blanket. All right, so the next one that I have to look up here just for a moment. It is another garment, and I did not create a project page for this, and I know that because I had found this project a couple weeks ago, and it just boggled my mind because I went to look for a project page for it and I couldn't find it. And I am seeing another shawl project that I started. So just a warning, there might be some things that I'm forgetting to show you guys because I can't find the project bags for them. But there is a lot that's in that Rubbermaid, so we shall see. All right. I am having some trouble here. I can tell you, while you are waiting for me to find this pattern, it is a pullover by Joji Locatelli. And again, Joji Locatelli is like one of my favorite designers beside Andrea Maury. And when it came out, I automatically had to cast it on. And do you think I can find it now? I know it's by Joji Locatelli, guys. Okay, I am having trouble finding it, so if I can find it, I will put the name across the screen here instead, because I can't seem to find it. It might be on my phone, which is what I'm recording with, so okay. I'm just going to share what I have so far. This is a pullover, though, by Joji Locatelli. It's just a simple pullover. There's no fancy details about it. It's just a pullover, and yeah. So I have it all bunched up. I have this much finished. So again, it is like a drop shoulder sweater, and I have finished the back, and I picked up the fronts and did the front section here, and I did split for the sleeves, and I got like that much that much done from under the arm. For this one here, I am using 2 different yarns. I'm using Cascade Heritage 6, which is a DK weight, and it is in the color number 5603. And then I am holding that with the Fiber Company's Churro, I believe it's called. I'll just show you quick, which is a Surrey alpaca, and that is called Blissful, the color. And if I can remember correctly, the pattern calls for, I'm sorry, I got an itchy nose. It calls for fingering weight with a mohair, and I adjusted my gauge so that I could have a DK weight held with the Surrey alpaca, because that's what I wanted. So is this a frog or a finish? It's in the maybe pile, because if I can't find the pattern for it, I can't find my, like if my knit companion, it'll have the size that I cast it on and how I worked out my gauge. So if I can't find that, then I guess I can't finish this sweater, can I? So we shall see what happens with this. Do I want to rip that? No, because it's Surrey alpaca. If you've started a project with Surrey alpaca or mohair, you know that it is a nightmare to rip back out. So hopefully I do have the pattern somewhere. Maybe I'm just overlooking it right now, which I could be because I'm filming, but hopefully I can find it. It is housed in a beautiful coffee gnome bag by Bags by Awesome Granny, one of my most treasured bags ever. So we shall see. That is a maybe. So I think that is the second maybe to be considered. All right, we are down to 3 more projects. That's all I have left for part 1. So I casted on a watch cap by Pearl Soho. This is a more recent project. I believe I casted this on in January. This is in a beautiful marled yarn by Gobsmacked Yarns in the pigeon colorway. And I got that much of the hat done. It is a ribbed pattern. It is a free pattern as well, by the way, the watch cap. But I think I absolutely love this yarn. It is like a DK weight yarn. It is kind of rusticy, but it is still really soft and squishy. And it is just absolutely stunning. But I think it's the ribbing, all the ribbing, that is making me not work on this project. And to be quite honest with you, Merit had a Merit of Gobsmacked had a sample of the watch cap, and in this yarn, just a different color, and I absolutely fell in love with it. But now when I'm looking at the pattern, I'm like, would I actually wear a hat like that? It's not exactly my style. So there's a couple of reasons why I haven't really touched this. But the yarn is absolutely beautiful, and I would love to have it in a hat or something. So for this one, I'm actually going to say it's a frog, because I don't think that I'm actually going to finish it. If it's been sitting there that long and I haven't touched it, I think it's a frog. So that is our 4th, I believe, a frogged project. So I'm going to say it's a frog. Okay, the next one I have to look up, but it should be pretty easy to do. It is a cowl that I started most recently. And it is, and I know I have a project page for it, guys. Yes. It is the Yellow Brick Cowl by Simone Bechtold, and it is a free pattern. And it is I know I'm trying to find her name. Two with hands, with two hands, I should say. And for this, I am also using Gobsmacked Yarns. And I have not gotten very far on this at all. So it is DK weight yarn that you're supposed to use. I'm using a fingering, but it's kind of goes between the two. It's kind of thick and thin in some places. So I got gauge and I'm just going with what I have. So I got 2 skeins of this. You do knit it in the round, and then you come, once you get the length of it, you would join it back here. You're supposed to do a provisional cast on. I did not because I don't like them. But you would continue knitting it and then you join it back here, and it makes a double thick cowl. There is a garter ridge panel in it as well. So yeah, it's very pretty. This is a gift knit, so this will be finished, or I would like it to be finished. Was kind of hoping I would have it done for him this winter, but that's not going to happen. But that's okay. But this will be a finish. And then last but not least, I believe you guys have seen this before, or I'm pretty sure you have. This is my Sophie scarf by Petite Knit. Just a random ball of DK weight yarn. Don't know what it is. It was just in my stash. Molly of a Homespun House has made a lot of these, and that has been my inspiration to do it. And she uses a lot of fingering weight, and she said it's roughly 50 grams. So this is, I think, 60-gram ball of DK weight. So, and the pattern is written for DK. So that is what I have so far. And it is super easy. It is a paid for pattern. My nose is super itchy. But yeah, it's really, really cute. I love it. It's cute. And it's really fun. And it's a great way to use up those scraps. And I have a lot of them. So this is definitely a finish. Okay, guys, so we have reached the end of part 1. We have 4 frogged projects, and I will tally below how many that are in progress from the pile from today. So yeah, what a roller coaster. It was kind of fun going through those projects. We did have some frogs, so that's good, and a couple of them I am remotivated to actually pick back up and work on. So as I said, I will be filming a part 2 because that is not all I have in progress. There is definitely more, and I will try to have some notes written out maybe, so I'm not having to refer to my tablet as much because that takes time. But yes, embarrassing. I have a lot. I have a lot. So hopefully out of that Rubbermaid tomorrow, maybe we can get some more frogged and get some out of our hair. That would be really nice, but we shall see. So as I said, I will have some tallies down below for you guys, and maybe I will also link the people that I talked about today. If I didn't and you would like me to, just reach out to me. That might be a lot because there is a lot here. Just reach out to me and I can link you directly to whatever it is you would like. So yeah, be on the lookout for part 2 of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it wasn't too much for a roller coaster, and I shall see you again in part 2. Bye.